What's going on, guys? Claic Yuzolt back again, and today I'm doing my second Anthem video for the channel, and I'm very excited to be talking about this because I'm pretty addicted to what Anthem is doing right now, and I'm having a lot of fun playing it. If you guys are planning on playing it on Friday when it fully releases, or you're already playing it, look in the link in the description below for my Discord. We're always in there jamming it out, making up squads, and going out and beating up some strongholds or maybe some missions, anything you guys want. We're trying to build a community for this, so if you guys want to get in there, go ahead and join it up. So the first thing I want to say are my initial impressions of Anthem. I've seen a lot of different reviews knocking at the game for a lot of different reasons. And while the game does have a lot of bugs, there are some positives there that a lot of the, I guess, early reviewers aren't seeing, or at least they are not mentioning in their videos. So first off, a lot of people say the game is boring or bland, or it's just not what they expected out of a looter shooter when it came time for, you know, a looter shooter in the year 2019, right? They were hoping things would be a little bit different. But my problem there is that I understand that maybe it's nothing groundbreaking, and possibly it's the same kind of recipe we've seen for a while, but for me, that's just fine. Personally, for me, going through, getting loot, constantly going through a loot loop is what they refer to it as, where you go in a dungeon, get new loot, play the game a little bit different, go back in, get better loot, go to a higher difficulty. That's fine with me. You know, Diablo, Path to Exile, MMOs in general, as long as the gameplay is fun, I'm having fun with my friends, which I do in Anthem. I do love the gameplay, I think, and I'm playing well, at least I was playing, I'm switching, I do believe. I was playing the Ranger Javelin, which there are 4 javelins you guys can choose from. I was playing the Ranger Javelin, which is considered the most boring and the most lame, I guess you could say, out of all of them. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to be playing Interceptor, I think, next, just to try it out. But yeah, I think that people, I think they were expecting a lot more, which I guess is okay. That's fine with them. But for me, it's a ton of fun. A lot of people I'm playing it with are enjoying it very much as well. And it's going to be a living game at that. And I know, I guess people don't really like that either, but it's going to be constantly updated. It already has been updated. And that's the good thing that people aren't really seeing, is the fact that the devs have been answering questions on Twitter and Reddit nonstop. They've been taking back feedback, answering, trying to implement things, saying they're going to implement things, and the devs are super active in trying to fix the game and make it a good game instead of just kind of being behind the scenes and letting everything play out. So as you can see, in the description, I have released the day 1 patch notes. So for you guys who have not been playing yet, you guys will be lucky enough not to have to deal with a lot of these problems, but they've released a giant patch that's already out to fix a lot of these problems, and I'm not going to go over everything, but the biggest one that a lot of people talk about are the loading screens. And so for people who didn't have SSDs, you know, they had the hard drives, the old ones, you know what I mean, the old disk drives, they weren't the solid state drives, the fast ones, the load times were abysmal. And that was pretty rough. But after this patch, they have fixed the load times. They have made them better. As an SSD user, I do see the load times being quicker in the Forge and then in Fort Tarsis. When going out into a mission for the first time or into free play for the first time, it isn't that much quicker, in my opinion. And it can only get better from here. And honestly, the load screens never really bothered me. That's just me personally. It gave me time to, like, you know, just talk and BS around with my friends before going in. So that's going to be a fixed for you guys in the day 1 patch if you are planning to play it either tonight or tomorrow whenever it releases for you in time zone. So that's great. So I left those day 1 patch notes in the link in the description below if you guys would like to check those out. The next thing I want to be talking about is some big news coming into Anthem, you know, that is actually been released on their stream. And that's another thing, again, I want to talk about that makes me so excited for this game, is that not only do they have next month's update coming to add things to the game, to add flavor, to fix things, etc., they are already previewing things on streams. And it seems like they're having weekly streams right now, you know, to build up hype and have fun. And one of the things they talked about was the, you know, there was a problem going on in the game. Again, if you're not playing the game yet, I guess you're kind of just listening to what's happening. There was a problem going on in the game where when you would go into a stronghold, which are essentially the dungeons in Anthem, people would, there are normally 2 chests, right? You would do a certain objective, you'd get a chest, which would give you the loot. You do a second objective, it would give you a chest, it would give you the loot. And then people would quit because fighting the last boss didn't yield the rewards. It was tougher, right? It wasn't giving people what they wanted. Well, first off, they said they're fixing that, and the last boss should have a fixed set of rarity that you want. So in Anthem, if you didn't know, the rarity goes from uncommon, up to all the way up to a legendary. So essentially you go rare, because once you get up to it, it's like rare is blue, then it goes to epic is purple, then it goes masterwork is what they call it, is orange, and then legendary is the most rare, and that's going to be yellow. So most people are looking for masterwork right now, with legendary being pretty tough to get a hold of. And so they're hoping, my hope is, the way they said that, is that if you kill the last boss, they will be giving you a masterwork, right? That's what I'm hoping. A masterwork always drops off the last boss. And I'm speaking on the higher difficulties, right? Not on hard mode, not on normal mode. I'm talking about the higher end level difficulties, because there are, I do believe, 6 difficulties in the game. And most people are only playing on, I think it's called Grandmaster 1 right now. And then there's Grandmaster 2 and Grandmaster 3. They need a little bit of tuning because they're either too hard or not dropping the loot they're supposed to. But the higher you go up, the better loot you get, obviously, just like with any game. But besides that, they're implementing something called Vanity chests that drop off of the last boss in a stronghold. So again, the stronghold's like a dungeon. The last boss is normally, big boss you take down. Well, 4 Vanity chests will be spawning in these strongholds. And at the very end, when you beat it, now, you can open these vanity chests by farming keys that you get from, like, daily quests. So, if you go in there and you have a key, you open one of the vanity boxes, and you open it for the whole team. So, everybody on the team gets to get in that, from what I understood from the stream. And all 4 of you can also open one of the boxes. So, if all 4 of you have a key, you all 4 open the boxes, meaning that 4 of you get to get in the loot. So, you probably want to take 3 of your friends if you could. Make sure everybody has keys. Bada bing, bada boom. Open that vanity chest, and inside of it is going to have the different kind of vanity items. Now, they didn't say gear specifically, but, emotes, different kinds of skins, the vinyls that go over top of your, as you can see here, I'm showing some pictures that they showed off. I think these are a couple of just the vinyls that go on. But these are things you can pick up, which is very exciting to me. The fact that, like, we can grind a key daily and then go into a stronghold, not only get loot, but maybe get something really cool from this vanity chest. Now, the vanity chest will also contain crafting materials. Because in the in-game, crafting is important to try to get those. If you've ever played Diablo or some min-maxing, it's very important there. So that's going to be very cool. I'm looking forward to that. And, just to see what kind of items we can get out of the vanity chest. And I hope it's not... I hope there are some pretty rare ones, if that makes any sense. I think that's going to be cool and something to look forward to. Another thing to look forward to this weekend, if you've already been playing Anthem, or if you're just starting, is they're supposed to be running some kind of weekend event. And it's going to be geared around Titans. And if you didn't know what Titans were, they're the big, like, golem, like, light-infused monsters that we've seen. And if you saw my past video, I fight one in there. And in the free play, there's supposed to be some kind of event going on where we can go in, clear the world of Titans, fight Titans somehow. First of all, fighting Titans are one of the most fun things in the game, for me, at least. I like the challenge. I normally get wrecked. I get frustrated, but it is fun in the end. But anyway, there's supposed to be an event going on this weekend for release weekend where we have to go fight Titans, and somehow we're going to be able to get some exclusive items from that. So again, already they're implementing things into the game that are like event-based that you can get cool stuff from. And for me, that's always been very important. For an MMO, or I guess you'd call this a looter shooter, which in my opinion, it's an MMO. We're all playing together. We're all collecting gear. All multiplayer, fighting it out. It's fine. To have constant updates and live events that I can feel special and feel happy about doing. Now, this is just the actual first week of release, so maybe things will slow down. Maybe updates won't be as fast. But it seems like, in my opinion, again, that Anthem is on the right track, that it is a fun game at base, and it needs to get, obviously, it isn't the all-star, mind-blowing looter shooter that people wanted it to be, but it's also not a terrible piece of crap either. Okay, don't let the reviews to that. Check out some streams. See if it looks fun to you. They're constantly adding updates. Maybe take a look on the Reddit. Maybe take a look on the Twitter. Look at these devs. Look how active they are, how much they're trying to change, how much they're trying to implement. I do remember in a stream or a tweet, I did read that they have 100 people, and that's just for this, 100 people actively working on future content. And then they have, a team working on current content, a team working on fixing the bugs, a team working on making the game better optimization-wise, because there are some optimization issues. But that will all come with time. This first day one patch, if any indication, and now it wasn't done in the short week. Some of the things were implemented in the short week where we were playing the early access, but it just gives me hope. I don't know how to explain it. It's a fun game that I've been waiting on for a while. and it gives me hope that the devs actually care so much and that I'm actually having so much fun with it. So again, guys, hopefully that's something you guys can look forward to. The Vanity chests seem awesome. I'm going to be doing some probably weekly uploads of Anthem to show you guys, you know, new stuff that's going on. Maybe do a little bit of guides to help you guys out. But again, if you guys like Anthem, go down in the description below. Head out to my Discord. We're all actively talking about the new Anthem stuff, playing the game in the Discord, chatting it up, and having fun. It's a good way to have a group together, so you don't have to deal with a bunch of random noobs if that's something you have to deal with. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below which Javelin you guys are playing or which one you plan to play. And then subscribe for more Anthem content. We'll catch you guys in the next video.